Today, I would like to welcome Joe Dietl and Brian Thompson here to the program to tell us about an exciting new exhibition happening at Dietl Art Gallery. It's called Do You Remember Flying Cars? Gentlemen, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm proud to be here.
Yeah.
All right, before we jump in and start talking about flying cars with Brian, tell us a little bit about your gallery and why you're bringing Brian in.
Yeah, so I've had a gallery in Palm Springs for about 4 years now. It was really just my studio / gallery, but the space next door came available, so I took that over. I've expanded, so now I'm showing other artists, and I am so excited about getting to show the work of my very good friend, Brian Thompson. He's just an amazing guy. His art, it just really is exciting and powerful, and I can't wait for the audience out here in Palm Springs to get to meet him.
All right, tell me, Brian, about your inspiration for this.
Yeah, well, so I am a car designer professionally.
Is that right?
Yeah, spent a good decade at Nissan, and then went and had developed my own studio for
That is
different
so cool.
car companies, and basically I've been doing car design for about almost 3 decades. But the thing that I miss in doing professional car design in a modern sense is that it's no longer analog, it's digital. And the reason I got into this field was for the art. I love doing the art. So these paintings are inspired by the car designers of the 60s and 70s who taught me my craft, and I'm imagining a fictional alternative world of the 1960s and 70s if we had flying car technology. And so I'm imagining how these guys that inspired me, sorry, guys and women who inspired me, how they would have designed cars if they had that technology.
Well, I'm a product of I was born in the 60s, so cars of the 70s,
Yeah.
60s and 70s when I grew up. So I love these kinds of retro designs that you're showing here. This is so cool. And then you add the jet engine there, and then, now we're cooking with gas.
Like literally cooking with gas. I love this idea of like the one that's showing now. I'm calling that one a glimpse of a memory. It's like this idea of like, that era was beautiful design, but we're also dealing with a fuel embargo, and the cars weren't that like efficient back then. And I don't want to lose that. Like I want the big American feeling of, like maybe they kind of like a dripping and they're diesel, like jet fuel falling off of them, but they're above it, they're in the sky, So it's a fun kind of twist on a non-Jetsons look at the future from the past.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, when you hear the term flying cars, I think everybody sort of runs to the Jetsons, but this is a very different aesthetic that you found, and I love it, tying those old school designs to the idea of putting them in the sky and making them fly.
Yeah, and I agree, and thank you for saying that. It is that. It's this idea that, if these wonderfully talented men and women could dream of flying cars but happening today, back then, what would they have made? And how would you have integrated, actual jet engines into these shapes? So each car is a bespoke design. It's not an illustration of of one car.
Right.
But I'm very much influenced by the form vocabularies of Oldsmobile, Chrysler, Ford products, and I try to capture that. And so what's fun is when people look at them, they'll see pieces of cars from their childhood.
Right. Absolutely. No, it's a very evocative design.
Something really interesting is that the Biden administration actually purchased a couple of his paintings. Tell them about that.
Yeah, I'm very, very honored, obviously, by something like that. As I have a history in car design, but I'm a new artist, and so there's an agency that Biden started called Zeta 2030, whose mission statement is to electrify the car industry. And they reached out because they felt that the paintings I'm doing sort of honor the past but look to the future at the same time. So they bought a few.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Quite an honor. There's an opening reception, and it is you're welcome to come and join and meet Brian and hang out a little bit. And I believe there are going to be some refreshments and cocktails, and that's happening on the 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Dietl Art Gallery. It's on Sunny Dunes Road. The reception is free to attend, and go check out these wonderful car designs, flying cars. DietLArt.com is the website. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you so much.
It's good seeing you.